Jamal Carter, a 28-year-old sentinel of the tomb of the unknown soldier, stood at his post with a precision and discipline that defined his role. Born in 1994 in Atlanta, Georgia, Jamal grew up in a working-class family. The son of a schoolteacher and a mechanic, according to family records, his early life was marked by a strong sense of duty, instilled by his parents, who emphasized respect for service and sacrifice. Jamal excelled in high school, particularly in history, and joined the Army in 2014, driven by a desire to honor those who had served before him. By 2022, he had earned the prestigious role of tomb guard, one of the most elite positions in the military, requiring flawless execution and unwavering commitment. The tomb of the unknown soldier, a sacred site at Arlington National Cemetery, draws thousands of visitors annually to witness the changing of the guard, a ceremony performed with exacting standards by the 3rd U.S. Infantry Regiment, known as the Old Guard. On April 15, 2022, Jamal was on duty, executing his 21-step march with the meticulousness required of a sentinel. According to cemetery records, the crowd that day included tourists, veterans, and families, all gathered to pay respects. Among them was Ethan Caldwell, a 17-year-old high school senior from a wealthy Virginia suburb, visiting with his private school's history club. Ethan, the son of a prominent real estate developer, had a reputation among peers for arrogance, often boasting about his family's wealth and connections. According to school disciplinary records, he had faced multiple suspensions for disruptive behavior, including mocking teachers and bullying classmates. On this day, Ethan saw the ceremony as an opportunity to draw attention to himself. As Jamal marched, Ethan began making loud comments, recorded by a bystander's cell phone, mocking the guard's robotic movements and shouting, "Why is this guy acting like a toy soldier?" His classmates laughed, egging him on, while other visitors grew visibly uncomfortable. Jamal, trained to maintain composure under all circumstances, continued his march without breaking focus. The tomb guard's code demands silence and discipline, even in the face of provocation. Ethan, emboldened by the lack of response, stepped closer to the roped-off area, mimicking Jamal's steps and shouting, "Bet you can't talk back, huh?" According to witnesses, several visitors told Ethan to stop, but he persisted, tossing a piece of gum toward the tomb's plaza, an act of deliberate disrespect. The crowd's murmurs grew louder, and cemetery staff began to approach. At that moment, a figure emerged from the crowd, retired Major General Robert Ellison, a 35-year Army veteran who had served in Vietnam and Desert Storm. Ellison, 72, was visiting Arlington to honor fallen comrades and had been watching the ceremony. According to his later statements to cemetery officials, he recognized Ethan's behavior as not only disrespectful, but a violation of the sanctity of the site. Ellison approached Ethan, identifying himself as a retired general, and firmly stated, "Young man, you will stop this immediately. This is a place of honor, not your playground." Ethan, taken aback, tried to retort, but Ellison's commanding presence silenced him. Cemetery security, alerted by staff, arrived swiftly. According to their incident report, Ethan was escorted from the premises, and his school group's visit was cut short. The history club chaperone, a teacher named Margaret Holt, apologized profusely, stating that Ethan's behavior did not reflect the group's values. Jamal, still on duty, completed his shift without acknowledging the incident, adhering to the Sentinel's creed. However, the event was far from over. The bystander cell phone video, capturing Ethan's actions and Ellison's intervention, was uploaded to social media, going viral within hours. By evening, the video had millions of views, sparking outrage across platforms like Twitter and Reddit. The public response was immediate and intense. Veterans organizations, including the American Legion and Veterans of Foreign Wars, issued statements condemning Ethan's behavior and praising Jamal's professionalism. According to media reports, the video prompted discussions on national news outlets like CNN and Fox News, with commentators debating respect, privilege, and the sanctity of military memorials. Ethan's identity was quickly uncovered through social media, leading to intense online scrutiny of his family. His father, Richard Caldwell, a well-known figure in Virginia's business community, issued a public apology, stating that Ethan would face consequences at home. Arlington National Cemetery's administration took the incident seriously. According to their official statement, disrespecting the tomb is a rare but serious offense, and they launched an investigation into the event. The investigation confirmed that Ethan's actions violated cemetery conduct rules, which prohibit disruptive behavior. As a result, Ethan was banned from Arlington for 1 year, and his school faced a temporary suspension from future visits. The cemetery also praised Jamal, noting his adherence to the Sentinel standards under pressure. General Ellison's involvement added weight to the incident. According to military records, Ellison had commanded the Old Guard in the 1980s and was deeply familiar with the tomb's significance. In a follow-up interview with Military Times, he explained his decision to intervene. "I've seen too many sacrifices to let a kid treat that place like a joke." Ellison reached out to Jamal after the incident, commending his discipline and offering mentorship. The two met later that month, forming a bond over shared values of duty and respect. Ethan's school responded by requiring him to attend a disciplinary hearing. According to school board minutes, he was suspended for 2 weeks and mandated to complete community service, including volunteering at a veteran center. His parents enrolled him in counseling to address his behavior, and he issued a written apology published in the local newspaper, acknowledging his disrespect and committing to change. According to his counselor's report, Ethan expressed genuine remorse after learning about the tomb's history and the sacrifices it represents. Jamal, meanwhile, continued his service as a tomb guard, earning a commendation from his commanding officer for his conduct during the incident. According to Army records, he later trained new Sentinels, sharing lessons from that day to prepare them for handling provocations. The viral video elevated Jamal's profile, with veterans groups inviting him to speak at events. He declined most offers, preferring to let his actions speak for themselves, but he did address a small gathering of recruits in 2023, emphasizing the importance of maintaining composure under pressure. The incident had broader implications. According to a 2022 Department of Defense report, Arlington implemented new training for staff and security to handle disruptive visitors more effectively. The cemetery also launched an educational campaign, distributing materials to schools about the tomb's significance. The campaign reached over 100,000 students by 2024, aiming to prevent similar incidents. The event also sparked a national conversation about privilege and respect, with op-eds in the Washington Post and the New York Times citing Ethan's actions as a symptom of broader societal issues. Ethan's transformation became a footnote to the story. By 2023, he had graduated high school and enrolled in a community college, focusing on history. According to professors, he became an advocate for veterans' issues, volunteering regularly at a VA hospital. His parents credited the incident with forcing him to confront his entitlement, though they faced ongoing criticism for his initial behavior. Richard Caldwell donated $50,000 to a veterans charity, a move some saw as genuine, others as damage control. General Ellison remained active in veterans advocacy, using the incident to highlight the need for education about military sacrifices. He corresponded with Jamal until his passing in 2024, leaving a letter praising the young Sentinel's integrity. Jamal, now a staff sergeant, transitioned to a role in military outreach, speaking to schools about the tomb's history. His story, and the day Ethan crossed the line, became a teaching moment for countless others. The incident, sparked by a teenager's arrogance, ended with accountability and change. Jamal's discipline, Ellison's authority, and the public's response ensured that disrespect was met with justice. The tomb, a symbol of sacrifice, stood taller that day, its guardians and defenders proving that honor endures.